Hey folks, Lyarri here. Today we're reacting to Stray, Catview by video game Dunkey. I I wanted to play Stray on stream, but I promised my little sister I'd play it with her. I'm excited to watch this video. I still haven't got to play it.
Stray is the new game from publisher Annapurna, but is this new game really the cat's meow, or are gamers being led astray? Let's get this out of the way. In this game, you
Good
play as
one.
a semi-realistic 3D cat. Just for that, this game is an automatic 10 out of 10 for most people. Honestly, one of the best games I've played.
Yes.
Gorgeous game, I've had no crashes. Cat, this is what innovation looks like. The best indie game I have ever played. The question I want to pose is, would people still care about this game if you didn't play as a cat? No. They wouldn't care about this at all, but you do play as a cat, and the cat
It's so
is fun to control.
cute.
Stray does a pretty good job of capturing that signature cat-like slinkiness. Your movements are very nimble, and a big part of that is because the game cheats for you a lot. Crossing a beam or a pipe is a foregone conclusion. You don't have to balance yourself. The cat is just going to cross it perfectly every time. Jumping.
That means
is
my
very
little sister
natural.
will like it.
We've de-emphasized jumps within that context.
To jump somewhere, you just look at where you want to land, press A, and the cat pounces there automatically. If that sounds limiting, that's because it is, but it also keeps the game's pacing in check and ensures that players of any skill level can slide around with grace. Even though you aren't fully in control, there's a real novelty in exploring the world as a cat. You can say this. You can say this. There's a meow button. Because you're so small, things like a stack of books or a chair or a pulled-out drawer become your platforms. You can crawl through tiny vents and holes with ease. You don't even have to slow down. The cat just ducks his head down and slides right through. There's a satisfying slipperiness in how you can so easily traverse through even the most cramped and awkward terrain. However, this is not a game that is going to wow you with its mechanics. They are there to mitigate frustration and draw your attention to the fancy graphics and great sound effects. The animation on the cat as he winds up his jump and launches his springy spine out to make a tall leap, the subtle pitter-patter of your paws on the pavement, the way you can dart through a crack in the door. In a game like Stray, those little extra touches go a long way, which is a shame because there's a lot of little things where the developers definitely cut some corners. You can knock all sorts of items off of tables and ledges, but these items don't have a proper sense of weight to them. Sometimes when you're rounding a corner, you get this slick animation. Other times, the cat will awkwardly rotate his entire body. This was here for the whole game. Robots don't have a stair climbing animation. Sometimes items will magically fly into the cat's mouth. Sometimes instead of doing a cool animation, the screen just fades to black. Oh, ta-da, it happened off screen. Because some of the animations are so lifelike and believable,
I feel like a lot of that stuff, I know like they were a small indie team. I wonder if like since this game sold a lot more than they were expecting, I'm sure, if they'll like be able to at least iron out some of the more buggy stuff. Like the transitions, I'd be surprised if they added anything into for that, but like, I feel like some of the other things Dunkey pointed out could definitely be like patched in. I hope.
constant snapping and rough edges really stick out. In a larger, more gameplay-focused game, I wouldn't even bother mentioning this kind of stuff, but Stray is only 5 hours long and is very clearly emphasizing its presentation over everything else.
It's about the experience.
That I really appreciate about games in this genre, like Inside, Journey, Flower, Abzu, is how they are able to communicate their stories entirely through visuals and sound. Stray is the odd cat out here with its reliance on cheapo text boxes which feel like a lame band-aid to cover for missing content. While I did enjoy prowling around its cyberpunk setting as a cat, that's really all Stray has to offer. This
It's
is
a
the type
really
of game
good
that should be
concept.
overflowing with Easter eggs and subtle details which just aren't there. The developers play their entire hand very early and struggle to fill this very short game with enough twist and surprises. What the story kind of fails to acknowledge is, I am a cat. Why am I being positioned as a selfless Gordon Freeman type hero battling head crabs for the betterment of civilization? If a cat was going to save the world, it would either be on accident or because they wanted to drink some milk. For an indie game, it's hard to stomach how many elements here feel ripped from the Ubisoft playbook. Stray is not even in the same ballpark as a masterful cat game like Bowser's Fury, nor is it as theatrical and moving as other games in its genre. But, I mean, come on. It's better than Bubsy.
That is a good point. I feel like his criticism is very fair. I feel like, though, for me, I'm still interested in the Amy's. I know it seems like a game I can play with my little sister and a concept that she's really would be interested in, and it is. But I do get like it does seem like, at least I haven't played the game yet. I don't know. It isn't as polished an experience as the other like more journey based games. Like I've played Limbo, I've played Inside, I've played well, a few others in the genre that I don't remember the name of right now. But yeah, and definitely like I see how that could be an issue. I do think like this game's like better graphically than all those games. Like maybe not art style, but like clearly like it has graphical fidelity. Sorry, graphical fidelity. I don't know. I don't think that actually matters. I think like it could speak to like where their resources are prioritized or whatever. And also of course they're like I know they're a really small team. I haven't been able to see like I looked them up a little bit. They're a small studio from the south of France. That's basically all I know. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Like it's definitely like a really cool concept. I'm excited to play the game. If a cat were going to save the world, it would either be an accident or because it wanted to drink some milk. Love it. Me too. The way he jumps and launches his springy spine out is filled with the exaggerated swagger of a young cat. That is factual. This game really makes me feel like my allergies are acting up. I'm not allergic to cats, thankfully. Can't relate. The game is pretty good. The only thing that bugs me is the need of a lamp when cats can perfectly see in the dark. Oh, that is a very disappointing. Huh, I didn't even observe that. Same. Night vision. In other games. In Arma, why can't it be in Stray? Find very refreshing that Dunkey went against the crowd and actually made a review with the reasons for his points. Instead of you get to play as a cat, so this is GOTY. I do think like it was neat. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely easy to just be like cat, cat, happy, cat, cute moments. And I would have liked that video too, but it was neat to see his criticism. It seemed fair. I love how have had no crass is apparently noteworthy for that one guy and not just something that should be expected in a game. I I can understand a game crashing. I don't know. Like I don't experience crashing that often in video games, but like bugs are gonna happen. Definitely like there are games that are way too crashy. My tip for everyone, fully complete every town/hub area before doing the story there. It makes the exploration and puzzles less obvious and in my opinion way more fun. Cool. Cat lateral damage is an absolute masterpiece when it comes to being a cat. I don't understand. Thanks. Probably my favorite part of the whole game was stealing a super valuable battery, sneaking past a bunch of armed drones, and then escaping the highly secure factory in a bucket on a pulley system. I feel like I shouldn't have read that comment. I feel spoiled. Um, I am very impressed by the developer's intentions of publishing a cat-type game in this really clearly frog-type game focused year. A bold but welcome move. This is so factual. So accurate. It'd be so entertaining. Like, you could even call it Frogger if you were to make it. Yeah. Um, I mostly agree, but I will say the game plays a lot more with the setting than I anticipated. At first, I thought it would all just be like the first little shanty town you find, but going through the borderline horror game sewers. Alright, I don't want to finish reading this because I don't want to spoil myself. I'm sorry. But nice to know there's diversity in the game environments. Oh my god. Forgot to like the video. Why doesn't he say jokes? He should be more like X. Disappointing. Alright. Thank you for watching, folks. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Hey folks, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.